Good morning, everybody. It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of thecreditrepairshop.com. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the debt that's being released into the market. I didn't get to talk about that on Friday's video. We're going to talk about how to feel good every morning, because I'm telling you that's more important than any of the techniques and the strategies and the stuff that I tell you about credit. Everything is going to start off with how you feel about yourself every day. If you get that straight, all of the other stuff is going to be easy, I promise you. And then I'm going to talk about positive thinking and how to value yourself and self-perception. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that because these are things that you must tackle, or the obstacles that you must get over if you're going to make changes in your life when you get your credit repaired or during that process. Because if you don't, you're going to go right back into the same problem. And I know this because I don't like to say it, but I got hundreds of clients where we fixed their credit and then they came back to us a year or years later in the same situation again, and we have to start them all over again. And we're going to talk about getting the money that you deserve, and having your power, exerting your power, instead of letting people flip it over on you. And I'm going to give you an example of how car dealers do this to people. All right, the first thing let's talk about. This is the main reason why there's a lot of credit repair issues out there, is because of debt collections. And I got the sheet here, and this one here, we got credit cards. I'm only going to go with the ones over $1 million. We got credit cards, and these are department store cards, $1.6 million. And then we have a private lender. It's not stating what this is for, but I've never seen this company before. Maybe they got into doing payday loans or something, but it's $1.9 million. And then this one here is definitely department store credit cards, $3.8 million. And the rest are low. The total on this one was $8.4 million. They're selling this one in like a batch. So this is had some jewelry loans on it, some other bank loans, had some major credit cards. This was like just a group, I guess, that they batched these up. Charge off dates on them, 2010, obviously that's past statute of limitations. 2013, maybe on the border. 2009, past statute of limitations. 2010, past statute of limitations. 2013, on the borderline, depending. No, this was 9/7 2013. Last month that hit statute of limitations for being able to even be placed on a credit report, unless the person does the wrong thing and don't validate it. And I talked about that on a video yesterday, on my Sunday video. 2011, 2011, 2012, 2010, 2012, 2013, 2011, 2012, 2010, 10, 10, 10, and 9. All of this is past statute of limitations. So if someone got a letter in the mail about any of these debts, obviously they haven't they don't have a judgment against the people. So these debts are in every state, number one, past statute of limitations to be on your credit reports, if they even tried to put it on there. And then past statute of limitations for collecting the debt under contract laws for every state. All of these would be on there. But the way that they get this debt, they get it to where people will end up having to pay it is they don't respond to that 30-day letter. And then they end up getting it on the credit report, and they change that date. And then if you don't look at your credit reports to see the original charge-off date, and you talk to them on the phone, you say something wrong, whatever happens, where you make a $10 payment on it just to hold them off so they don't try to go get a judgment against you or something, or call you, scare you into calling your employer, uh, all of a sudden you've got this debt where you started the clock over again for another 7 years, and then you enable them to put it on your credit report and to start the process of going after you for judgment. Not to say that you won't be able to beat it. I'm just telling you this is what you've opened up, the door that you've opened up. So now, let's talk about feeling good. If you have any of this type of situation, all you have to do is go to my videos here on YouTube. I've got plenty of videos that tell you what to do to validate debt that you've gotten from a debt collector. So let's talk about feeling good in the morning. You must, when you wake up, the first thing you have to do is manipulate your mind to feel good. Even if you think you may not be feeling good, you have to manipulate your mind. I know that that's a very hard thing to do, especially if you have a cold or you're feeling sick or something happened with your family or something that you're going through, but you still have to do it, because this is like a major part of how things will work out for you is your thinking. If you think negative, more negative will pile on. If you think positive things will start happening. Solutions will start happening. What I do every morning is, first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I start thinking about how happy I am, glad to be getting up, glad to be getting ready to move forward to talk to you guys in the morning, to make a video, happy to drive to work and be able to think about things that I want to accomplish throughout the day. Anything, whatever you can think of, your family, think about my grandchildren, my wife, anything that you can do to start getting the ball rolling, to start thinking positive for the day, is going to help you. And then you need to add in there, as you get used to doing that, is the value of yourself. You need to start putting more value on who you are as a person, that you are valuable. You bring a lot to the table. You may not know and understand that, but you do. I'm telling you, everyone has a gift that they bring to the table, that if you were not part of the puzzle in this world, that it would change and not work the same way. So think of it that way, that if I get myself and insert myself in there in a positive way, and I value myself, things will come to you to where things that maybe didn't work out in the past will start working out for you, because you're allowing yourself to be valuable, not to just think that you're valuable in the future. You think of yourself in the now. I am valuable. I value myself. And then that goes into self-perception. You can't think that you value yourself and then you do things that show that you don't value yourself. And there's several ways that people do that. I'll talk about it where I want to give an example that happened with me, because I'm always trying to figure out where my weaknesses are. Like, I've built very successful businesses, but I still find that I have deep down subconscious value problems from within that I have to continue to work on. And the way that you work on them, as soon as that value problem comes up, that might be where you have a service and then you do it for less than what you believe you should be getting. That's a value problem. A lot of people, business owners, might say, well, I'm giving someone a discount. Well, you might be giving a discount, but you also are giving yourself lowering your standard of your own value, your own perception, your self-perception of what you're worth. So this weekend, well, on Friday, I was closing out a deal, a marketing deal. This is with my other company. I was closing out a marketing deal, and I've been doing a lot of deals with this company in Arizona, and they came to me with a proposition, and I thought about it, and I actually, in a kind of accepted it on uh, Friday. I was like, well, I think I might be able to run with this. But they asked me to do on my own service fees a considerable discount on my service fees, and I said, well, I'll consider it maybe. But right at that point is where, because I've been working on my own self-perception, I've been working on my own value systems, that right at that point I felt that there was something wrong. And that was where consciously I was like, well, I don't think, this might be a good deal. But consciously I was like thinking I should not take this deal. But subconsciously, because subconscious overrides everything. What has been put into you over and over and over again is going to come out in your subconscious. And so I had a conflict that was running through my mind while I was on the phone on this conference call with this company. My conscious mind was saying, did you just say that you're not going to discount? And my subconscious was like, just do the deal. This is good money anyways, even if you take less. So what happened the next morning, Saturday morning, I woke up and it's early. I wake up pretty early, so it was like 5 a.m. their way. And I dropped both of them an email and I said, I know it's early. I'm going to call you later in the day and we can talk about this, but I apologize, but I'm not going to accept that deal. I want to get paid 100% what I believe I'm supposed to be paid for my service. This is not counting what they pay me for doing the service. This is a management fee that I charge on top of it. And I had made a decision in my own mind a while ago that I'm going to, like, what I'm supposed to get, I'm going to get, or I'll just pass on the business. I'm just going to pass on the business. And that was because I'm going to raise the value of myself. I'm going to raise my self-perception of myself. And part of that is the way that I value myself. That a lot of people, and I talked about this in another video, is that one of the problems that we have is that there's money on 3 levels. And one of the biggest problems is that we always think about the money that we see in hand, when there's way more money on the second level, which is the psychological value of money, the world thinking of money and value, where your service, your value of yourself is worth more than material money, because you can always turn your value of yourself, of the things that you do for people or your clients in your business, you can always make that value worth more than what someone is going to think that they're going to give you when they're just thinking about the money that they're spending with you. So I sent them that email, and they called me even early. I guess the guy woke up about 6 or 7 his time and called me and said, I totally understand. And I was thinking that maybe they wasn't going to do the deal. He said, no, we're going to pay you that on top of what we're going to pay for the other services. We're going to pay you what you believe you should get for your consultant fee also. And I said, okay. I thanked them for understanding. I said, this week we'll close out the deal. These are the little things that you got to pay attention to, because if you don't, that is where the subconscious mind and all of the things that are put into you will actually make you not be able to move forward and earn the money that you desire, to earn the money that you deserve. Now, I'm going to put this in relation to credit, to dealing with a car dealer. I want to give you this example because this was played on my wife and I when we were younger. And it stuck out because I was like, is this guy is trying to make it like he's doing us a favor when we're the one that are paying, coming in here, applying for the vehicle, applying through it, using our credit. We got to pay the payments. We got to pay the insurance. But you're making it like you're doing us a favor by getting us approved for the car. No one who you are applying for credit and you are making the payments, they are not doing you a favor. I don't want to say like you're doing them a favor, but the power is in your hands, not their hands. They flip it on you. They flip it on you. First thing they do is when you walk in there, here's your credit. Let me see your credit. And then they start looking at how they can manipulate the weaknesses on your credit to make you sign a deal that if you really looked at it, it might be unfavorable to you. And this plays into your value of yourself and the self-perception, because if you walk into a place, I've talked to car dealers, and this is true, if you walk into a place like you value yourself, you walk into a place where people pick up on the vibe that this is not the people to F with. I told you about it in a video, one of my other videos, where my wife, I bought her a new Range Rover autobiography. And when we walked into that dealership, and I wasn't even in a suit that day, but we walked into that dealership and those people knew that we meant business and that we needed to be respected and that we had a high value of ourselves. It's people pick up on it subconsciously. People pick up on it subconsciously. Now, people can treat you a certain way because subconsciously they've been conditioned to think negative of you. Case in point, some people, no matter if a black person walks into a store, some security people will be like, they must be in here trying to steal something, or just subconsciously they're going to point and focus on them when they can have someone that looks like them that's robbing the whole store, and they just don't subconsciously pick up on it because they've been conditioned to think a certain way. The way that you override anybody's conditioning is that, number one, that you don't have a nastiness about you. It's that you demand respect by the way that you maintain and hold yourself. And if a person does not want to respect you, you pick yourself up and you walk away, just like I was willing to walk away from that deal with the company in Arizona. People will respect you. So that's what I got right now. For today, we're going to be talking about some consultations that I'm going to be doing this week with people. Someone requested one, and hopefully they sent their credit reports. I'm going to break down how we would handle the issues that's on the credit reports for that individual, and that'll give you some good information on how you can move forward if you have some of the same issues. Again, if you need help, go to thecreditrepairshop.com. We can help you with your credit. If you need your credit reports and scores, please go to www.your3scores.com. Both of those links are below here. Please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. We went past 4,000 subscribers last week, so I really appreciate it. Please spread the word, share it with friends and family. Again, it's not going to be the same old when we're talking about credit and stuff on here, because I believe that a lot of the problems that people are having is that they have problems about thinking about themselves, and that's what's stopping them from moving forward, because there's thousands of videos talking about credit on here, and there has to be a reason why certain people aren't able to move forward, and I believe it's because of self-perception. It's because they're not thinking positive, that they're not really giving themselves a true chance to change themselves when it comes to their credit. All right, thanks a lot and have a great day.